Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is April Dewati. You can call me April. I'm 18 years old. I'm from Ngawi. I'm a student at the State Islamic University of Maulana Malik Ibrahim Malang from the Department of Chemistry, Faculty of Science and Technology. I will explain about the sampling strategy and preservation, contamination and use in water analysis, and contamination from reagents. Number 1. Sampling strategy and preservation. Sampling is collect a certain volume of a water body to be studied with the smallest possible amount but still representative and still has all the same characteristics as the water body. Sampling is divided into 3 steps, namely representative sampling, transport and preservation of sample, and chemical analysis of sample can be physical or chemical parameter. Preparation of sampling and preservation. Number 1. The bottle that will be used to take the sample must be cleaned and rinsed with distilled water first, then followed by the liquid that will be used to fill the water and dry, if possible. Why do we have to be careful in preparing to analyze? Because the average concentration to be analyzed is very small, so that impurity or contaminant from the sample container must be considered lest we read it in high concentration even though there is an additional container used for the previous analysis. Why distilled water? Because it is considered theoretical. The mineral distilled water is much smaller. Number 2. The same applies to sampling equipment such as pipes, pumps must be clean and not contain residue from the old sample, especially the growth of mold and mildew must be prevented. Make sure to avoid the growth of mold and mildew because it can reduce what we will test. Number 3. Contamination from metals or sampling equipment that can dissolve in the sample must be prevented. Number 4. Iron, brass, bronze can be dissolved in acidic or alkaline water, while plastic and rubber materials can be dissolved in industrial wastewater containing organic solvent or oil and gasoline. Number 5. Sample can be taken separately using a bucket, plastic or glass bottle, open and wait. And then take sample at a certain depth. Provide a closed bottle that can open when it reaches the desired depth. Another way is to use a can of side pump. Sample for water flow can be taken with an open beaker or a bottle that will be closed, depending on the analysis plan. Automatic sample is a special tool for successive sampling. Consists of suction pipe, pump, clock to control sampling frequency, a tool for dividing sample into sample bottle, isothermic box containing bottle of mixed sample by cooling by ordinary ice or dry ice. The sample should be filled to the brim in the collection bottle and the fill should be tightly closed to avoid contact with air. One common way of preserving sample is a cold atmosphere. Samples are transported in isothermic box containing ordinary ice or dry ice, carbon dioxide, and then stored in the refrigerator or freezer. Disturbance that might arise during sample storage and transport. gas such as oxygen and carbon dioxide can be absorbed by the sample water or can disappear from the sample water into the air. Suspended substances from colloidal can form their own flux and precipitate so that there are samples that are different from the original state. At least the mud must be used as a suspension again evenly before being analyzed. They say, like substance and liquids, mud, whereas oil can float on the surface. Some solids can be oxidized by dissolved oxygen so that it turns into other compound. And then number 2, contamination and loss in water analysis. Contamination is defined as the entry of unwanted compounds into the sample during the sample pretreatment process and during analysis. Source of contamination in the sample can come from atmosphere, operator, equipment, water, and atmospheric contamination reagents, mainly from particulate trace elements on the cell surface and spent materials in the atmosphere. The simplest way to avoid contamination is to cover the sample solution during the preparation and analysis process. Contamination from the operator. The analyzer can be a source of contamination to the sample to be analyzed either through direct contact or through the air. NaNGL can be transferred to the sample through operator respiration. And cigarette smoke are source of metal contamination. Powder, lotion, perfumes, including clothes and shoes, can be a source of contamination. Human skin is reported to contain metals even in very low concentration. Masks, gloves, laboratory coats are usually worn to reduce contamination. Contamination from equipment. Number 1. Glassware. Glass in analytical chemistry means glass is like a pyrite. Unless specifically stated, contamination of sample from glass is usually caused by a tight dissolution of the container by the solution. Pyrite is resistant to weak acid and base, but less resistant to strong acid and strong base. HSG type glass or high silica glass is more resistant to solution attack and heat up to 900 degrees Celsius. Anticipate contamination from containers. Contamination from equipment. Other preparation equipment that is frequently used and has a low probability of metal contamination is number 1. Fused silica or quartz can be used at high temperature and is safe from metal contamination. Possible contamination comes from material absorbed by silica and previous use. Number 2. Plastic or polyethylene and polypropylene. Resistant to attack by most frequent use. Not resistant to heat and contain additive. Number 3. Teflon or tetrafluoroethylene polymer can be used for temperature up to 300 degrees Celsius in to almost all analytical reagents. Number 4. Polyvinyl chloride contains metal with high level. Number 5. Rubber. It is advisable to use new tools in the trace analysis. Rubber contains several additives. Number 6. Filter paper. Most filter paper use a number of metals of varying content. Contamination from water. Because water is used in very large quantity compared to other regions, a ratio of more than 100 times, it is necessary to pay special attention to the purity of the water used, especially in the trace analysis. To reduce metal contamination in water, the water needs to be placed first into the higher strength resin or at least to distillation. And then, number 3, contamination from reagent. Contamination from reagent can be grouped into mineral acid and ammonia, inorganic solid, organic reagent, and organic solvent. Mineral acid and ammonia. Mineral acid. Most mineral acid contain a certain amount of metal. Extra pure acid contain metal in very low level. Generally, reagents with this quality have a fairly expensive bleach. Ultra pure generally contain fairly low metal concentration, but the content of some elements varies from product to product. Analytical reagent grade acids usually contain metal as listed in the table. For the purpose of ultra-dry analysis, the acid analysis can be purified by distillation. Ammonia. Ammonia solution in water placed in a glass bottle will be contaminated by silica, aluminum, calcium, and other elements, which might be caused by the attack of alkaline solution on the glass. Analytical ammonia reagent can contain heavy metals in fairly low concentration. This is probably due to the absorption of the metal by the glass. The next, inorganic solid. Reagent quality in organic solids are usually pure enough to be used directly without pre-purification, but a plain control solution must be prepared. Purification is usually by means of crystallization or filtration. Organic reagents. Organic chelating reagent usually contain a coordinately bound metal. This metal is usually derived from the solvent or reagents used in the synthesis of reagents. Organic reagents or complexes are usually used in such small quantity that contamination can often be neglected, but caution is required. Organic solvent. The metal content in organic solvent is usually relatively low, which must be watched out for is the presence of other organic compounds dissolved in the solvent because it usually interferes with spectrophotometric determination. For example, tetrachloromethane and trichloromethane, if left unchecked. Cobalt trichloride will be oxidized, which will interfere with the determination of the metal in the reagent. The next, loss of analyte. In the preparation, separation, and determination stage, the analyte might be removed from the sample solution by the following factors. Number 1. Adsorption can come from container or personal protective equipment. Number 2. Volatilization or evaporation. Number 3. Coprecipitation or precipitation by sap or add acid. Thanks. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.